Yeah. So luckily, as Ketoians, we didn't have to give up fried foods, but we did have to give up the standard breading. So what should we use instead? The answer? Pork rinds. And you know what, while we're at it, why don't we just skip the oil and use an air fryer? Welcome to my kitchen. Now, pork rinds is the culinary term for the skin of the pig, and it's produced by either frying or roasting in pork fat. And it's high in sodium and fat, but low in carbs, which makes it the perfect snack, like a great substitute for chips, as well as the perfect keto breading. All right, so we're gonna process the pork rinds in a food processor until they're nice and crummy, but like the good kind. Now, if you don't have a flavor to your pork rinds, then now is a good time to add the flavor. So since I don't have any flavor to mine, I'm just gonna add some spices, and I'm gonna add some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, and of course, S&P. Beautiful. And we're just going to process these to a fine crumb. And then we'll just set that aside and get ready for our standard breading procedure. Now, we're changing the flour, of course, and we're gonna use coconut flour. I like to use coconut flour instead of almond flour because I feel like the coconut flour adheres a little bit better to the chicken. Also, it's a little bit finer, so I like that. So we're gonna use coconut flour instead. And of course, as normal, we'd wanna go ahead and season it. So I'm gonna season it with the same spices that I did for the pork rinds. So we have some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, and of course, some S&P. Beautiful. And the egg wash is gonna stay the same, obviously, and you're just gonna need a tablespoon of water to each egg, and then just gonna whisk this up nice and smooth. All right, and now we're ready to bread as normal. So we're gonna dip our chicken into the seasoned flour. Then into the egg wash. Get it nice and coated. And then into the pork rind. Perfect. Now, I just have these on a baking sheet, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna spray these with oil so that way they fry up really nice and crispy. Now, before we put these into our air fryer, what I like to do is I like to line the basket with some parchment paper. However, you need to perforate the parchment paper so that way the air can flow through it. So this is how I go about it. So I have a piece of parchment here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it in half. And then we're gonna fold that half and half again. Beautiful. So now we have our folded seams, and of course we have our open seam. So from the open seam, about a third way down, we're gonna cut, but not all the way through. We're just gonna leave like a strip going on. And this is gonna make our sides so that everything kind of folds into it nice and neatly. Beautiful. Now along the side and the bottom of the folded part, we're just gonna make some slits with some scissors. That's gonna create some holes so the air can flow through it. All right, now from the bottom, we're just gonna fold it about 1/3 of the way up. And we're gonna make some more slits as well. And this will put some holes in the middle. And then another 1/3 of the way up, we'll do it one more time. And there your parchment is perfectly prepared and perforated. Say that 5 times fast. So that the air can flow right through it. All right, so we're gonna place our parchment inside. Then inside this, we're gonna place our tenders. Now, I like to think of the air fryer as like a mini oven. And usually if you're frying in the oven, you're gonna use a high temperature, something around 400 or above. So we're definitely gonna wanna use 400, which is actually the highest setting that this goes. And it doesn't take as long as it would in the oven. So I think it usually is gonna be about 10 to 12 minutes. But we're gonna wanna flip halfway through. So it's gonna be about 5 or 6 minutes on each side. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this for 400. Then I'm gonna set this for 6 minutes, and then we're gonna flip and then cook it for another 6 minutes. And then you just turn it on and let it do its thing. Boom, and then you're done. And you just dip these in your favorite low-carb sauces, and you enjoy this air-fried deliciousness on a plate. I hope you get inspiration from my kitchen. Like and subscribe to come back for more, and comment below if you have an air fryer yourself or if you're considering getting one. You can connect with me on any of my social media listed below. Thank you much for being here, and I'll catch you back here for more deliciousness.